Hey, what's going on, my friends? It is Vasterz, aka Saves, and in this video, I want to show you guys some nice, cool strategies to pretty much level up your characters on Trove very, very easily. This is my sort of strategies that I like to actually use and stuff like that. So I don't know if they're the best. I just prefer them just because I get a ton of XP and I consider it to be very OP, at least for me. So let's get started. Let me do that. And let me just show you guys some of the characters. Okay, I probably have at least. Let me just tell you this. I maxed out the Boomerang and the Candy Barbarian in less than pretty much a day. Both of them. The Candy Barbarian was like ranked like what was like 18, so it was almost maxed. Boomeranger was kind of like ranked 12 or something like that. It was very, very low. And I pretty much, it's maxed out. So if I go to this one, level 20, and level 20. I have other ones as well, like Shadow Hunter, Neon Ninja, so on and so forth. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys my strategies to actually level up really, really quick. At least for me, it's my preference, so keep that in mind. So when you start out the game, you're pretty much going to spawn in here, which is pretty much the main lobby. You want to walk your way all the way over here, and then go through this little portal, adventure portal, complete the dungeons there, and then just continue to work your way across all these portals. So you actually require certain levels, so continue beating the dungeons, get some experience, and go to the next portal, so on and so forth. That is very simple to do, and it's very, very quick. It might take you maybe 30 minutes or so if you actually rush it. If you're starting out with not that great of gear, it might take you a little bit longer, but it shouldn't take too long. But once you get to the U1, that's kind of like the main territory that you kind of want to stay at, unless if you get better gear. You can try out U2 and so on and so forth, but if you struggle with those and it takes you way too long, go back to U1. I myself like to do U1 a lot, but because right now I have pretty much a radiant weapon, I can go all the way to pretty much U5 and get a lot more experience because it's a lot easier for me. So this is kind of like a little bit gear wise right here. So if you're really low, if you're starting out, just go to U1, keep leveling up, keep earning flux, so on and so forth. Upgrade your gear, then go to so on and so forth. U2, U3, whatever is quick for you is pretty much the main thing. Usually when you reach rank level 10 pretty much for your character, you can go to U1 very simply, complete some dungeons in there, and then ta-da, they're not that difficult. They're pretty simple. You don't require the most OP gear for this one right here, pretty much Uber 1. You don't require insane gear, so it's very, very simple to actually complete. So this is kind of like the main one you want to stick with. But if you get bored of doing this, because sometimes it is kind of slow with the XP that you get from this one compared to other Ubers, I myself actually spent hours upon hours on Uber 1, just getting a lot of experience before I have the Radiant equipment. But now that I have the Radiant, it's a lot easier now. I recommend also you guys bring bombs, and also obviously have a mount. That's the obvious one. And get yourself a pair of wings as well. Faster traveling, guys, is faster experience pretty much. So you want to make sure you do that. Make sure you also include things like, you save up for flasks. I recommend you go for this build. Physical damage, well, I'm using a physical class right now. And also, Sure Strike. That's pretty much the two main damage-wise emblems. For allies, you can go for you can pretty much go for a DPS sort of thing, because that's pretty much what you want to do. You want to melt through the dungeons. You pretty much want to own it up. And Uber 1, I recommend you also go mainly to the higher level dungeons, which is pretty much the 3-star ones like I'm going to right now, because they have 3 bosses in there. I recommend you do that. That's kind of obvious to do that. You get a little bit more experience on the 3-star boss. Like right now I'm not getting too much, around 200 experience or so. Not that great compared to other Ubers, but it is quite decent if this is the highest tier you can actually face off like easily. Like, I'll show you guys how much experience I actually get. Let me just keep doing this. And this is just basic information right here. It's very, very basic, because the strategies really is just simply to upgrade your gear and level up. As when you level up, upgrade the little teleportation device, the portal thingy. So yeah, just keep upgrading that. If you can do Uber 1 easily, cool. If you can do Uber 2 easily, cool. And upgrade. Just continue to upgrade and upgrade and upgrade. The higher level gear you have, the more easier it will be. As you can see right there, I got over 1,000 experience, and that right there is actually quite a lot of experience, even in Uber 1. As you can see on my experience right there, I just required 30,000 XP, then I actually level up. So if I complete 30 of those 3-star dungeons, well no, it's less than that because you get more experience obviously. Pretty much if you defeat 30 of the 3-star bosses in Uber 1, you leveled up. Pretty much 16, 17, 18, all those easy ones. Only the last one you might struggle a little bit because it does have a little bit more XP. But just continue working at it. You have to actually keep working at it because some people actually switch classes. They kind of rank up, let's say like this class. Let's say someone ranks up to like level 10 and kind of like, I want a new class, and they switch classes over and over again. You don't really want to do that. You want to make sure you kind of have at least one maxed out character. One, you actually unlock the PTS server, which you can actually select on the Life launcher, which is on the top right where it says United States and or EU. You can click on that and then select PTS, but you require a maxed out character, at least one from what I'm aware of. So yeah, you get a little bit of achievements, so make sure you actually stay focused on a certain character. I myself recommend the Boomer Ranger or the Candy Barbarian. The Candy Barbarian is insane. It's a really insane tank. The Boomer Ranger is insane for damage. The Shadow Hunter, that's more for like Shadow Towers and later stages. I'm gonna get to that right now. Ubers and all this stuff is kind of interesting, yes, but I actually don't do that much anymore. And I'm gonna show you guys a little strategy right here, which a lot of you guys should know about. It's a strategy that I recommend, that you actually switch it up. If you want to do Uber 1, you can do this strategy and then go, back and forth to that sort of stuff if you're kind of bored. But you will require something which is actually a shadow key, and now you guys should know what I'm talking about right now. They're pretty cheap right now, pretty much 500 flux. You can get that quite simply. You can also make them as well, as you can see right there. So there you go. Just make them, and you want to go to the Shadow Tower and beat those things up. Beat those dungeon things, monster things up. Just beat them up. I recommend you actually do Spike Walker as you're starting out, then do Weeping Prophet. As for the Pinata one and also the last one right here, I recommend you don't do that unless if you have a group or you're super tanky and have insane damage or something like that. But obviously you might have low gear and stuff like that, so I recommend you stick with Spike Walker and or Weeping, this boss pretty much. Do not do hard mode, obvious reasons. It's very difficult. So yeah, I recommend that you actually do Spike Walker though. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I actually got a Spike Walker mount, and so did one of my friends. And they're worth quite a penny. They're worth a pretty penny. Let's just say that. Let me show you guys real quick. If I do Spike and search this on mounts, yeah, they're worth quite a pretty penny. As you can see, almost 40,000 just for one. And you're getting XP as you do this, and you have a chance to actually get insane amount of flux. So that's kind of like a win, isn't it? Like, I mean, like for the game at least. So let me just show you guys what this is all about. It's very simple to do. If you are super low level, get some friends of yours to actually help you out, but you really don't require the best of gear to actually solo Spike Walker. A ranger or something like that, like the Shadow Hunter, you can easily do that. Just keep your distance. So yeah, but let me do that. As you can see right there, over 1,000 XP just from this boss, and that was very simple to do. Very easy to do. You get a ton of nice gear. You get a lot of shadow level gear and stuff like that, so you can upgrade your equipment and stuff like that. So the thing about the Shadow Tower is once you use one key, you continue progressing. And there's actually, I believe it's 3 normal stages, and then the last one is the actual main boss, which you selected, like Spike, for example, is the one you selected. And this is very fast compared to the Ubers, but you might get bored of this. But I recommend you actually do this, and also the Ubers. but you mainly save up your flux and upgrade your equipment, because if you upgrade your equipment, you can do a higher level Uber, like Uber 5 for example, is better than this one for XP. Because you get about like I think like 2,000 XP per boss in the Uber 5, so that's quite a lot. But you do require like some decent gear for that if you're gonna solo on that in the game. So yep, as you can see, another one. There we go. Another 1K right there. Very simple to do. Very easy. Some more shadow gear. Very simple to do. And you continue to progress through these things. So it's very simple to level up. It just takes some time. But the main thing is level up your gear. I said that quite a lot. If you level up your gear to Radiant like I did here, you're pretty much gonna melt face to the whole entire game of the Trove game, at least through a lot of waves and dungeons and all that stuff. Not all of them, but through a lot of them. That's one way you can easily rank up is your gear. If you have like a really low level character without no gear that's like overpowered, it's gonna take you quite some time to actually level up and stuff like that if you're soloing in the game. But if you have Radiant gear, you can solo quite a lot in the game Trove, and you can pretty much own it up. As you can see, like right now, look how much damage I'm doing, and it's like, look at that, 50,000, and I'm using the Knight class. The Knight class is not really the strongest of classes in the game right now, so it's kind of, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, look at that. It's insane. I'm not even using the special. If I'm using like a special technique or something, I do more damage, so on and so forth. So it's very easy to level up, guys. It's very simple. It just takes some time. The things I recommend you do is Uber 1, and then also the Shadow Towers. Um, so that's pretty much the main things. And obviously, if you get like full inventory, just go over here. Get rid of some of your equipment right there, and you get some flux from this as well. But remember, you did pay though to actually get in here, because you have to actually make the key. There's also stuff that you can get like in the shadow market right here. Like there's tomb books, a hoodie looking thing. It's just a bunch of cool stuff. Some of this stuff is actually kind of cool. It's very OP. Like for example, I think it's this one. I think it is. There's one that has like a really decent ability. The other ones are alright. You can collect it if you want. It's up to you. But there's one that actually has decent abilities. That's actually, you could actually use it for some damage and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's very simple to level up, guys. It's this video is so like it's simple. But some of you guys had no idea probably that Shadow Towers even existed. To get into a Shadow Tower, all you require is pretty much a club world, and you can make a club world yourself. You don't have to, join a random club world and all like that. And it's pretty cheap too. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that as well. But it's very simple, guys. And if you guys don't want to pay for a club world, because it is cheap, but maybe for some of you guys it might be really expensive. If you guys don't want to pay for it, you guys can just let me know, and I'll send you an invite to the Guild of the Light in Us, which is the one we have right now. As you can see, there you go. There goes the main boss, and this is the guy that has a chance to drop the mount. It is quite rare, but you do have a chance to get that. But the way to actually make a club, which is pretty much like a guild in the game, simply buy a club card. As you can see, it's 1,200. That's pretty cheap, guys. I'm just saying, that's pretty cheap. So yeah, you pretty much buy one of these. The item will be in your inventory. You click it, and then you can name your little, your little guild, and you can invite some of your friends or something like that. It will be pretty much a plain world, and the way to join it is you actually click escape and or control. That's the one I have it set to, but more than likely you'll have that. So click escape, then clubs, and then go to the one that you actually have. Then there you go. You can actually set up the shadow tower portal, which you can actually also buy. I believe I actually forgot exactly what it was called, but it's very cheap from what I remember though. Believe it is in, I don't think it's, is it? Yeah, there you go. 200, very cheap. and you acquire this, and then you're ready to go for the Shadow Tower, beating up these waves of monsters and stuff, just beating them up and stuff. So yeah, it's very simple, guys, to level up. My strategies is pretty much level up your gear. That's the main one, is to level up your gear in the game, and then you can actually progress through the game like if it's nothing, pretty much, other than the really end game stuff. But if you level up your gear, focus on your main weapon. Make sure you get the right stats for your class. Um, so yeah, make sure you focus on the weapon. Like for example, that's the only radiant I have for right now, simply because it's a weapon and more damage is quicker progress, pretty much. And obviously, yes, I more than likely will be upgrading this to Radiant as well in the future, but Radiant is very expensive. But you could go all the way to at least Shadow level 3 or 4. That's not as expensive, and you can pretty much melt a bunch of stuff. So I recommend you guys level up your gear little by little. Level up slowly but surely. Stay to a main class. Pick a main class that you want to use. I myself, I like the Candy Barbarian and also the Boomer Ranger, simply because the Candy Barbarian is a super tank, the Boomer Ranger, insane damage. So yeah, kind of like, you know what I mean. It's kind of like an even balance. If I want to do a ton of damage, I can do a ton of damage. If I want to be the tank, I can be the tank. So those are kind of like my main classes. But yeah, this is pretty much the end of the video, guys. Very simple, very easy. Simply just progress through the game. You know. There is also a package that you can actually buy as well, if you guys are wondering. It's a Radiant package. You guys might see it. Um, Maybe you guys should know about this. But you can pretty much get maxed out level gear, at least one set, to all the way to Radiant. I think it is. For $30. That's a rip off. Don't do it. I wouldn't do it. If you want to do it, go for it, but I don't recommend it because there's better things you can actually use those $30 on. Um, so yeah, I just thought I would mention that as well. So yeah, guys, it's very simple. To level up, simply go to the adventure portal things, level up, clear the dungeons, go all the way until you reach at least Uber 1. When you reach Uber 1, you can kind of stick there, and then when you start to actually level up a little bit more, get some more gear, go to Uber 2, and then go to Uber 3, so on and so forth. And whichever one you struggle with, then go back to the other one. So if you struggle in Uber 3 but you're fine in Uber 2, stick with Uber 2. And then if you want to switch it up a little bit, go to the Shadow Tower, and you're gonna get a ton of XP. Like I seriously, let me show you guys my XP count right now. That's a ton of XP. I just got like 5,000 XP in this video, and I wasn't even trying, pretty much. Very easy to level up. What you want to do as well, things that I myself do, is simply listen to music, like music you like. I actually have a playlist if you guys want to check it out on YouTube. If you guys want to check out the music I listen to. You got like 𝐾𝓃, all that stuff. I listen to those guys. What else? I'll listen to NF, so on and so forth. You guys can check those guys out. Um, just listen to music, that you enjoy. That's pretty nice. You know what I mean? It won't make you go insane or something. Not like a little like elevator music, unless if you like elevator music. But I myself, I could listen to certain types of songs for some time, but then after a while they kind of get boring. So you want to get a nice little mix. I actually made a playlist myself. As I said, you guys can check it out on YouTube. So I kind of go to that playlist, then it just keeps going down the list to songs I actually enjoy, and just play the game. Very simple. You don't want to just focus on just the game itself aspect. You also want to listen to some music, get a little bit of little bit more into it, not just you just looking at a screen doing this with your character, but you actually listen to music, and at least that helps me a little bit. What else should I cover? I think that's about it. I'm kind of rambling a little bit, so I think I'm gonna end the video there. This was more of a tutorial for beginners in a way, if they don't know how to level up or something like that. Yes, sometimes, I think once or twice, I noticed that Trove actually did launch a double XP. I think it was a weekend. So be aware of that. They might release one sooner or later as well. So you want to take advantage of that if you want. Up to you. Um, So yeah, this is pretty much the end of the video, guys. It's very simple to level up. Like I said, it just takes some time, takes a little bit of effort, especially when you're starting out the game. But once you max out at least one character, and when you get Radiant Gear, at least Shadow level 3 or 4, you're gonna melt faces. You're gonna melt like so many, bosses and stuff like that. You're gonna own it up pretty much. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And it's gonna make your XP gain a ton better. It's gonna make it a lot better, pretty much, and it's gonna just progress from there, pretty much. Um, so yeah, this is pretty much how you level up. At least how I level up. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna call this video, how I level up, because there's different strategies that people do, and this is my strategy. Is pretty much go progress through the game, go to Uber 1, and then continue that, then go to the Shadow Tower. Pretty simple. But I'm rambling, so I'm gonna end the video there, guys. I'll see you guys when I see you, though. So, yep. May Jesus Christ be with you guys, and God bless you guys. And make sure to look in the description down below. Has a lot of cool stuff down there. But yeah. God bless you guys. My name is Vasterz, aka 𝐵𝓊𝓈𝒾𝓃𝓃𝓾𝓈. I'm signing out. May Jesus Christ be with you guys, and God bless you guys. Let me do a little dance. There we go. Oh wow, this is the kind of dance this guy does. This guy's looking at the ground, dude. Can you look up a little bit? I mean, what are you doing? He's getting into the groove. The groove. Look at the groove. Yep. All right. God bless you guys.
Break it down to a second, a millionth of a dream. Go, go, go for the limit with the power of believe. Just soak it up like a flower, like a summer field, aching to be healed. Just rain on me.